I am Latoya. I will be speaking about issues related to HFLE. The data gathered for both graphs were taken from UNICEF August 2020. I will only be discussing the high and lowest countries. The first graph illustrates if any measures were introduced to support families on what, when, and how to feed young children at home around the world. The research showed that out of 55 countries ranked high and very high risk for COVID-19, 38 were yes and 8 were no. So that clearly shows that measures were implemented for feeding children. The second graph displays the top reasons for nutrition services across Latin America and the Caribbean. The investigation shows that out of 32 countries, 23 countries had a reduction in demand due to fear of infection, and only 2 countries had unavailability of food supplies. As I continue, in regards to the factors or areas of HFLE, self and interpersonal relationships. According to UNICEF, many students are the hidden victims of COVID-19 pandemic. Many families across the world are faced with financial hardships due to the loss of jobs, lockdown, and are not adequately able to provide for their loved ones. A major part of student lives have been affected by the new normal. Some students have to manage household responsibilities and schoolwork along with shared devices among siblings. In addition to decrease in attendance, participation, engagement, and submission of schoolwork. A large amount of students have to maintain quality relationships to prevent the feeling of isolation, which can cause self-harm, stress, anxiety, depression, and other mental illnesses. Secondly, managing the environment. According to United Nations, August 2020, article states that connectivity is a crisis that divides many students during this pandemic due to equity gaps. As a nation, the government, corporate companies, and the other stakeholders should realize the vast increase of technological barriers that have been created for students without internet access. Some students simply do not have the equipment and or tools to cope with